So I'm joined by UFC featherweight champ Alex Volkanovski. First of all, mate, congratulations on an unbelievable win and an amazing fight.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it was a wild one. It really was. But just soaking it all up. Had a big finish celebrating yesterday, so now back to business.
How's the body? Is it just bumps and bruises or nothing serious?
Yeah, a couple of cuts, stitches on top of the head, but other than that, we were good.
Post-fight, you said you were keen to watch it back. Have you done that yet?
Yeah, I did actually today. We watched it back. Yeah, so it was a pretty fun fight. There was a bit of probably some biased commentary in that, I thought, but other than that, pretty happy with the performance.
Were you talking about the first couple of rounds where it seemed like every punch you landed was missed and every punch Ortega landed was celebrated?
Yes, exactly like that, which was pretty silly because you look at you watch it and have any idea, it just seemed like they were watching a completely different fight. But anyway, what do you do?
Was the rest of the fight pretty much how you remembered it?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm always pretty composed in there. You know what I mean? Pretty level headed. So it was good, but it was, mate. It was just good to watch it back because everyone was obviously going crazy about it, and there was a lot of hype around and talking about the third round and fight of the year and all that type of stuff. So I was just like, yeah, man, I want to watch this. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it, and man, it's got a lot of hype. So I'm buzzing.
Did you get a sense for how crazy the crowd in the venue was going at the time?
Oh yeah, mate, couldn't hear nothing. Couldn't hear the corner. Usually I can hear them pretty good, but I was struggling to hear them in there because the arena was definitely going wild for most of that fight.
And post fight, you were in pretty good form at the press conference. A few beers under your belt. What did the rest of the night entail?
A few more beers, but that night wasn't too big because we knew we had to go to the game. So then we went to the game and had celebrated there too, and after that, so feeling a little bit this morning, but I'm done celebrating now. Again, now back to business. Do what we got to do.
It looked like a good time at the Raiders game with the CKB boys.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it was. We had a nice spot, mate. It was the arena. I mean, sort of the stadium there is next level. The atmosphere was incredible. Then we'll just sinking a few beers, having a good time. Got the belt out, got us on the big screen. Crowd going nuts. It was, mate, incredible game as well. So, mate, it was unreal.
And who led the way at the after party after the game?
Who led the way?
Yeah.
With me, I guess. I don't know.
Didn't get into any trouble?
Nah, no trouble. You know me, man, I'm a good boy.
And just back to the fight, how much longer in that first guillotine do you think you had before you went out? Were you in danger, do you think, of going out?
I was there, definitely in danger, because it was tight. There was moments where I was like, oh man, this could be it. You know what I mean? I don't know if this belt's going back to my my family. That's how close it was. But I was just going to keep fighting till I either went out or what, you know what I mean? That's it. Like I was just going to keep going, or I got out. So like obviously I was just doing whatever I could, and I managed to survive. But it was tight. It was very, very, very tight.
Do you think the bald head, the little bit slipperier, might have saved you in the end?
That's it. We had a fresh cut that day. We made it fresh, so it was just in case we were in that position, we were ready to get out. So lucky we did.
Bald Volk here to stay.
Bald Volk's here to stay, 100%.
And then obviously after that crazy third round, Ortega got a little help from his corner and then from Herb Dean. Were you at the time? Were you saying anything? Were you protesting kind of from the other side of the cage?
I didn't see that, but that's something that again you're not allowed to do that. That's a TKO. That's over. You know what I mean? That's where the ref stops the fight because you're not allowed to age your fighter. The cornerman can't do that. So lifting him up and put him on the stool. He was over. He stayed down like he didn't want to get up. He thought it was over, but so obviously a bit disappointed with that. But in saying that, at least we got to, the crowd went nuts and we got to fight. You know what I mean? So we got to do the 5-round fight. So it was pretty. So it was good. So I don't mind. But in saying that, it makes me feel like the bias commentary and them throwing shit like that. You know what I mean? It made me feel like there was a lot of bias from all angles. So that's going to need to change. So I might need to be more vocal about that. I'll wait till I'm not hungover, and maybe I'll have something to say.
Why do you think that is? The bias?
Well, mate, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know what's going on there. Obviously he's American and all that, so that's all I can go off right now. But hey, that build ain't going nowhere. They just got to jump on board and get over it.
And you
But yeah,
definitely
some of that stuff was they did it in after the third round and the fourth round, giving him extra time. Not only did they help him up and do all that shit, they end up when they're looking at him and they're sort of just seeing how he was. The doctor wanted to stop it, but then Herb was just giving him all the time in the world to recover, and waited till he answered the right question, because he got like every question wrong before that. He was looking the wrong way, you name it. He had a whole extra minute on top of that. So like it seems like they were doing him favors. There was a lot of people doing him favors through that fight, I feel,
And what were you
especially
doing
after watching it back.
when Herb was asking him the questions and he gave him an extra minute? What were you doing? Were you saying anything, or were you just waiting?
I was thinking, this is it. They're going to have to call it, because he was literally answering them wrong. He's going, look this way, and he's looking the other way. And I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, because he knew it was over and he just wanted a way out. He ended up asking how many fingers. He said it a few times, and then he ended up like one or three or something. He got to end up getting it right. And then he goes, okay, he's good. And then that was 2 minutes in. But again, like giving him that time to recover and all that is that's bullshit. So, but what do you do?
And you mentioned being more vocal. You definitely were in the lead up to this fight. Was that more about getting in Ortega's head, or were you trying to ruffle a few feathers to maybe increase your profile?
Oh, mate, it was a bit of everything, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing. I mean, playing the game a bit, but I wanted to get in his head. So because I knew I could get in his head. Just from spending so much time with him, I could see that he can be pretty triggered pretty easily, a little sensitive in that, like, you know what I mean. So I know I knew it would work, and I think it did. But I mean, I felt like building the show, just the hype for the show, for the fight, and all that type of stuff. So there was a lot that went into it.
And now after the fight, obviously you're coming home, but Izzy's talking about moving over there. A few of the other city kickboxing guys. Have you thought any more about your plans?
Yeah, we can't do this quarantine thing. Every time we leave the country, exemptions to get out, exemptions to train. It makes things hard. Makes it a process. It costs money. So we're in our prime. We can't keep. We want to. I want to be like, even if we have to be here, because so we can fight more regularly and all that type of stuff. Like, we're in our prime. We need to take advantage of it. So it's definitely something that we're considering. We're looking into.
And there were a few names mentioned in the post-fight presser. Cejudo, Connor. Has there been any sort of talk about anything since then?
Mate, I'll be partying. So no, not that I know.
Would you like to fight Henry Cejudo?
Nah, he's a flyweight. There's no point. He does nothing for me. So he keeps chirping, keeps carrying on. But yeah, I know Dana's not going to give him the fight anyway. So there's no point even investing any energy into it.
And your next fight, regardless of the opponent, ideally, when would it be?
Early next year, man. I wanted to, even if I could squeeze one this year or like really early next year, would be good. But you got Max and Yair fighting in November, so we have to wait. So if it's going to be a featherweight fight, it's going to have to be sometime next year, I guess. But unless you go up and do a fight in lightweight or something just to stay busy and active, we've got to see.
How serious would you be about going up to lightweight, even just for one fight?
Oh, mate, well, like I said, I want to fight regularly, and I want to catch up for the time that I missed, with the COVID and through this whole, COVID thing, you know what I mean? And 14 months. No, sorry. Was it? How many was it? In between? Was it 14 months? Yeah, 14 months, I think it was.
Yeah.
In between fights. That's fucking a lot. That's that's a lot. So I don't want that happening anymore.
And just lastly, fighter pay has been a hot topic recently. Oscar De La Hoya tagged you in a tweet. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah, and I seen Dana wasn't too happy about that.
Thanks for that, mate. All the best, and hopefully quarantine's not too much of a punish.
No worries, mate. Thank you.